What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to another YouTube video. We're very excited to unbox another JingleMiner. It looks like I made a good impression on the first unboxing of their smaller solo lottery miner. So they sent me two of these. This is the new JingleMiner Bitcoin Solo Lite 1.2 terahash. This is on par with the BitAxe in terms of the amount of terahash. So I'm very excited to unbox it. Sneak peek, this is what it looks like because they did send me two. Still haven't got it set up yet though, so we're going to be doing that in this video, and I'm going to give you guys the full unboxing experience as well as any links to this device if you're interested in purchasing it will be in the description down below. And keep in mind that there will be a discount code, so you guys can get it for cheaper than advertised if you just use my link, and it would be greatly appreciated because all those proceeds come back to your boy. So this is the JingleMiner Bitcoin 1.2 terahash device. Taken off the top, we got greeted with, this is actually a really thick manual. It tells you how to get it all set up as well as the different specs for this, why choose it. It's sustainable operations with industry-leading 15J/TH efficiency, does not include other equipment of the home machine such as fans, screens, etc. Tells you all of the different things that is on it. So you got Wi-Fi, 2.4 gigahertz only. Key thing to know, if you connect it to a 5 gigahertz network, you might have some issues. USB type, USB-C. Tells you the ASIC chip. It tells you the amount of power that it outputs or that it needs, and so on and so forth. Got some miner stats screen. Looks like there's going to be a screen that pops up similar to the one on those small solo ones that I had before, as well as a full setup guide tutorial if you guys want to set it up. But this is cool because the thing I like about the JingleMiner compared to the other ones is how easy they actually are to set up. So I already have the Bitcoin crypto price tracker that JingleMiner sells, as well as the solo lottery ones, the smaller ones, and then these, they all have the very similar setup, so it's very familiar. All you have to do is plug the device in, it outputs a Wi-Fi network, and then you can connect to that Wi-Fi network and configure it to your device. So it's very easy, and it's worked better than the BitAxe in my opinion in terms of setup. I've had some issues with the BitAxe, but this thing or the other ones from JingleMiner have been good, so I suspect that this is going to follow the same suit, and I'm looking forward to that. Let's look at the device itself because this is what we're all here for. It looks like the fan has some wiggle room on it, and that's because it is actually not mounted to the case. It's mounted directly to the chips on the inside, so that's pretty cool. So off the rip on the top, you got your industrial fan screen with the screen protector. It says JingleMiner, and this is made out of the metal that kind of it reminds me of a Sense cap. If you guys know what those look like, it's kind of the same style, but this is an all metal build. And on the right side, you just got some vents for ventilation, as well as on the left side. And then you have the power. You have a USB-C, and I'm not sure what the reason is for both of these. We'll have to look. Maybe this might be for updates. I'm not sure. And then on the bottom, it's just you got 4 rubber feet. And on the top is for the Wi-Fi antenna, which is right here. It's this little guy. So these are Wi-Fi compatible, super easy to set up. And I'm looking forward to getting both of these up and running today. But we're just going to screw this antenna on. It's very easy, but for some reason it's difficult for me. Great, it's because I'm making a video. But yeah, this antenna just kind of goes wherever. It's screwed in, but then it also rotates. So if you want to have it like that or like that or like that, you can do whatever you want. That's the best part. It's your device. If you do buy it, it's your device. You can do whatever you want. Let's take out this foam and see if there's anything left. Nope, other than all of this stuff. So the other great thing about this, and this will definitely help with resale value too with this device, and it doesn't cost that much money for JingleMiner to do all of this stuff, but they have every plug that you will need. So they can ship this to anywhere. They don't have to worry about the wrong plug. They have every plug that you need. So I'm gonna grab this one because we live in the United States, at least I do. And then we have this nice little power brick. Very nice. I like this style of stuff where you just kind of, and just like that, we got power. Awesome. All right, so we're gonna plug this device in and see what we get. Awesome, you get the screen. We're gonna be using the Solana Seeker to set this up, because why not? It's nice to have a second phone. It looks like, if I'm remembering this correctly, I have to go to internet, and just like that, JingleMiner FF0D pops up. So I'm going to click that. It's going to connect me. It brings me to the sign in, which is so quick. I said so quick and now it's not going. Okay, and here we are. So we have a bunch of stuff going on here. It tells me my hash rate, my shares, my efficiency, my best difficulty. It gives me all of the breakouts for power as far as input, power, ASIC voltage. You got the temp, so you can monitor all of it, the ASIC frequency and the voltage measured. It looks like there's no pool connected, so I'm gonna have to do that at a later date. I like that. Oh, the dark looks nice. Then we have settings. We can set all this up. It looks like you can update the firmware if needed, update the website. And then we have Swarm, which I don't know all this stuff. I gotta look into it a little bit more. System, so it allows you to look at the MAC address, look at the Wi-Fi. So first thing I actually have to do is connect it to the Wi-Fi, which would probably be in settings, and then I can connect it via here, as well as make sure you set up the pool. So if you want to do solo mining, you gotta find a solo mining pool. And it's pretty straightforward. And then for all these settings, like the mining settings and the fan controller and all this stuff, you can just leave it as default if you want, or if you want to change it and stuff. I know there's plenty of people on Reddit that post like their overclock settings. It's the same as for GPU mining or ASIC mining. Like, people post all this information, so you don't have to do all the heavy lifting of trying out all this stuff and seeing if it works. However, you do just want to make sure that the stats that they gave you work with your device, because there still is like a silicone lottery with these devices and with any devices. They're not built exactly the same. There's variances. That's how technology works. You just want to make sure that it is good enough, and that's kind of the end game, is to just get these devices up and running, make sure they're good enough, and hope that you can hit a Bitcoin block, a solo block. Over $300,000 right now to hit one block. That would be incredible. Let me know what you guys think about this device. Do you have one? Do you have a BitAxe? Would you think about picking one of these up? And if you do, be sure to check in the description for a discount. It looks like they have some buttons here as well. It looks like that button actually turns off the screen, and then this one turns it back on. So it's pretty easy. Pretty easy. All right, but that's all for the video. So if you guys have any questions, throw in the comment section down below. Let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you all in the next video. Have a great one. Football is back. Peace out.